Well, welcome Dara Saville to the Good Medicine Confluence Roundtable. Of
Thanks for having me.
course, how are you doing today?
Doing great. My garden's starting to grow. I'm happy as can be.
It's an awesome time of year. Yep, here in Wisconsin, we're seeing plants sprout up all over the place, and yeah, it gets us super excited. Well, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, and what you do as an herbalist?
Yes, of course. I'm the director of Albuquerque Herbalism, which is a bioregional community herbalism program here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. We educate community herbalists, and also I'm the director of the Yerba Mansa Project, which is a nonprofit organization. It's my community organizing project that I do with a lot of other wonderful individuals and partners, and we organize our community to engage in land stewardship in our Rio Grande floodplain and caretaking edible and medicinal plants, replanting, reseeding, and doing habitat improvements with our community. And I'm also a PhD student at in a joint program at the University of New Mexico and New Mexico State University, and researching the knowledge that plants hold for helping us to live with environmental change.
You're keeping busy. Wow. Do you have roots in Albuquerque? Have you been there for a long time?
Yeah, I've been here for about, I think, coming up on 27 years now. So I'm very firmly rooted in these desert sands. I love my home wholeheartedly.
Absolutely. Well, I think you've been to the Good Medicine Confluence before. Am I correct?
Heck yeah, I've been there almost every single year that it
Wow.
occurred.
Oh, wow. Okay. So you're a longtime attendee and teacher, presenter. So
Yeah.
what are some of the classes you'll be teaching this year?
Well, I'm excited to continue on with my teaching themes at the Confluence that center around living with environmental change and what that means for us as herbalists. I have a background that's balanced between the humanities and biological sciences, so I try to bring that together for people. I'm teaching two classes that are interrelated. One's called Anthropocene for Herbalists, and the other is called Botanical Medicine for Environmental Futures. And they're interrelated in that the first one, Anthropocene for Herbalists, is more theoretical, philosophical, and the second one, Botanical Medicine for Environmental Futures, is more practical and more applied. So we'll be talking about what environmental change means for us as herbalists, interacting with our clients, making our product lines, educating, whatever it is we do as herbalists. That's an important role because a lot of people are presenting with eco-anxiety and ecological grief as a new thing we all have to deal with individually ourselves, but also with the people we work with and work for. And also, as herbalists, we need to think about how that changes our practice, what plants we're working with, what plants are going to be moving forward with us locally where we live, what plants are going to be fading away or perhaps moving to other areas. There's a lot of changes that people are experiencing and that our plant world and environmental world are experiencing. And so my goal is to help give people an opportunity to think about that and give some practical tools for moving forward as herbalists in a changing environmental world.
Okay, so I've heard the word Anthropocene before, and I can't recall the definition. Can you describe what that is?
Right. It's a really debated term, and I love controversial topics. So this is one of the reasons why I enjoy discussing it with people. There's a lot of different views on it, but essentially it's confronting human-caused environmental change and what that looks like locally, but also what it looks like globally. What are the indicators of environmental change? What does that mean for us as living beings in this changing world and as beings who depend on mutualistic relationships with plants and animals and the land as a living entity itself? And so the Anthropocene is really a concept for working through all of this that helps us to define the rapid and escalating and intensifying changes that we're experiencing on all scales.
Well, I could see why you've been selected to continue to teach at the Good Medicine Confluence because I could totally see that's right up Wolf's alley. Like I'm sure he'll probably be attending that class. I could totally see him loving that. But Well, what are you looking forward to the most for this year's event?
Oh, the same thing every year, giving Wolf and Kiva big hugs, whether or not they like it. I really, really look forward to seeing them and my whole herbalist community. One of the things I love about the Good Medicine Confluence is the large number of repeat instructors and repeat attendees. And so it's like a big family reunion for those of us who come regularly year after year. I really look forward to seeing my friends from around the country and sometimes even farther flung than that. And so it's just a beautiful coming together of my extended plant people family, and just being able to see everyone once a year is just such a treasure. And we have so much fun just catching up personally, but also professionally, and talking about all the kinds of important issues that we're dealing with in our work. And so I'm really looking forward to all of that reconnecting that's going to occur.
They do a great job with that, where they do bring back a lot of the same teachers, but at the same time, I want to give them props and kudos because that Wolf and Kiva, they're always trying to find different herbalists to bring and really facilitate expanding that herbal family at the event. So yeah, I absolutely love that about herbalism events in general. Yeah, you really can't beat hanging out with just a bunch of plant nerds like us.
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome. Well, just a couple funsies questions. Are there any plant allies that you've been really fond of recently that you've been working with?
I feel like that's asking me my favorite color. It really just changes on my mood, because
Sure.
it's hard to pick. But, globe mallow is always like the first plant that comes to mind as I think probably my most important personal ally. It was the first plant that really beckoned me into this botanical wonderland that I live in now. And so I just have this eternal overflowing gratitude for globe mallow, the Sphaerosia species, which are very common where I live in the Southwest. And it just was a life-changing encounter. I had no idea when I met that plant on a dirty roadside how that encounter would change my life so profoundly and teach me ways of living otherwise in this
Hmm.
world. So globe mallow is always in my heart as someone I just have so much gratitude for. I can barely speak when I really think about it.
I knew I'd get one out of you, so thanks for sharing. Yeah, I have to assume it's mucilaginous, probably a good plant ally to have in the desert.
Heck yeah,
Yeah.
cooling and moistening, that's the antidote to the environmental stress that we live with here. And it's a plant that helps to remediate not only heat and dryness, but also disturbance and upheaval and recalibrate body systems that are out of balance. And so it's a teacher always of what's happening environmentally and ecologically is also happening inside of our bodies. There's no boundary between those things. And plants do the same work, living their lives every day in their ecosystems as they do as medicines inside of our bodies. And so that's always how I teach plant medicine. If you're in tune ecologically and environmentally, all the plant teachings are right there. Plants are doing the same work out there as they do in our bodies.
Love it. What is something that you love about being an herbalist?
My human and non-human community, I'm a very introverted person by nature, and I think I could be reclusive to a fault, and the people and the plants and the land that I work with and work for just draw me into really meaningful relationships that really enrich my life. And my work, I think, just keeps me doing that and loving that and realizing it's all worth every effort I make every day. So I'm just very thankful to all the wonderful people who are students, who are volunteers, who are partners in my work, all of my teachers and mentors, all of the plants and the land who have given me so much and continue to nurture me and sustain me and make me feel like I belong and I have a purpose in this world. And so I'm just really, really grateful for all the relationships that my herbalist work creates for me.
Well, you're an inspiration, Dara. I really look forward to getting to know you more. We got to have you on for a full hour-long edition on the Herbalist Hour. That'd be amazing. So thanks so much for joining us on the Good Medicine Confluence Roundtable. Anything you'd like to, well, actually, where can folks learn more about you and your work, and any closing thoughts before we wrap up and get out of here?
You can find me at albuquerqueherbalism.com, the yerbamonsterproject.org, and you can find me and my book, The Ecology of Herbal Medicine, and all of my other writings at darasaville.com.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much once again for joining us on the Good Medicine Roundtable, and we'll talk to you soon, all right?
Thank you.